Good morning, beautiful people. It is Gene Bard Busico Jr. And I hope you guys can hear me. There are a lot of cars passing me by out here in beautiful Pompano Beach, Florida. But I just want you to know that you are in the best position you possibly could be in your life. And I know a lot of you would look at me, depending on what particular circumstances you're going through in your life, and say to me, dude, listen, you're nuts. I don't know what kind of a drug you took this morning when you got up, but you're nuts, okay? I'm going through X, Y, Z, fill in the blank. And I'm here to challenge us all and say, not so. What do I mean by that? Think about this. Just think about it. You're alive. You're alive. That means a lot more than you may realize, okay? And I mean that as sincerely as I stand here taking this initial random video. You are alive, no matter what the circumstances you are facing. You're literally alive. You're breathing. Just look yourself in the mirror. You're taking in air. Don't take that for granted, guys. Why do I say not to take that for granted? Because think about how many people have lost their lives. Some of them behind the most frivolous things. Some of them at random scenarios, just walking into the store, sitting down at the bar, having a drink, out with friends, out with families, going to the movies. My goodness, crossing the street. And dude, after just a couple of seconds, may have been a scenario that had absolutely nothing to do with them. You know, unfortunately, they're no longer with us. They're no longer in the land of the living. So that's what I mean. You may be going through a particular circumstance. Sorry, my head tilted because I had to avoid a tree branch there. But point is, guys, you are living. That means so much. And I'm going to continue to elaborate on it for a couple more minutes. You know why? Because a lot of us, and I'm so serious, myself included, we fail to remember how important and how beautiful life is. Life in and of itself, guys. Do not take this for granted, because I promise you, the more you take this for granted, the more you will allow specific circumstances and this occurrence, that occurrence, this interaction, that interaction, this financial circumstance, that financial circumstance. You will allow so many different things to take away from how powerful it is that you are alive. Okay, guys? It's important. It's important for you to understand that. And I apologize if it looks like I'm looking down versus looking at the camera, because I'm literally out here just walking. And I'm out here walking because I'm on my way to an important performance, which is basically what I do now. I perform, first and foremost, for you. And this is not a performance in and of it being an act, but this is everything that I do in life. And it's everything you do in life, believe it or not, you're performing. And I mean, it's a random video. It's so random, and I'm gonna turn my camera around and let you see the train that's approaching and the traffic that's stopping. I don't know if you guys can see that, but cars lining up. We got train approaching. So life is precious, guys. Do not forget how precious life is. It doesn't matter what you are facing right now. I need you to know that you are precious. Life is precious. Think about you and the fact that you are alive. Okay, guys? You are alive. You're alive. If it's daylight, take a look outside. Look at the trees. Look at the clouds. I'm hearing the train that passed real brief. It was like one caboose. Guess that's a good thing. I don't have to be held up too long. So I'm letting you all know that, hey, life, guys. Life. It is so important. Do not underestimate how important it is that you are alive. And if you are alive, you got to understand that nothing that you face in this life has to be permanent. And just like a play, just like a movie, okay? Think about this. Just like a play, just like a movie, it has multiple parts. You have a beginning, you have the midpoint, and you have the end, okay? So that means your life is your play. Your life is your movie. Your life is your story. You are the star, okay? And you may have a lot of guest stars, i.e. loved ones, friends, family, co-stars, things like that, who may pop in, and that, hey man, you may have some permanent installations as far as the movie franchise or the show or whatever it may be is. But you have to understand that you are the star in this show of life. I paused for a moment because I wanted that to impact you in your mind in the best way possible. You are the star of the show of your life. Do not underestimate how powerful it is that you're living. And why would you not want to estimate how powerful it is that you're living? Because remember, I just referenced the show of life and how it has a middle, or a beginning rather, a middle and an end. If you've experienced circumstances that may depress you, that may frustrate you, that may annoy you, that may fill in the blank, it may have such a negative impact on you, you have to understand that it doesn't have to be the entirety of your life. The entire movie doesn't have to be bad, okay? The entire movie does not have to be bad. And there's only one person that can determine if you are going to make your life a happy ending. Okay? I want you guys to understand that. There's only one person alive that can determine if your life is going to have a happy ending. And I mean this in all sincerity, with respect to every single person that may be in your life, or, you may be facing all types of issues and you're worried about the loss of this or the loss of that. Understand that in life, if you are alive, there are no losses, okay? There are no losses. There's no such thing as a loss. Why do I say that? Why do I say that? Because you in yourself, in your person, are given a gift when you wake up every single morning, okay? Okay? I want us to please understand that. It is a gift. Everyday life, circumstances aside, circumstances are quite factually irrelevant to the fact that every day you are given, it is a gift. Some of us, because of what we may be facing, different circumstances and difficulties, and I'm not trying to take away from that. I know it can be difficult. It can be hard because I faced quite a bit of difficulty myself, and I'm sure many of us can identify with what it means to how that feels. But I'm emphasizing the power of life and how powerful it is for you to be alive and how much of a gift it is, because if we allow the different circumstances we face, think about this. This is powerful. And for many, it's my hope that it will touch your heart and impact your life in the most powerful and positive way. If you yourself can just wrap your heart and your mind around the fact that when you are alive, when you're actually alive, you always have a chance, okay? You always have a chance. You have a chance to think better. You have a chance to be better. You have a chance to do better. And this is another piece that is very important to understand. You don't know until you know. Okay? What we don't know can impact the quality of our life. What we don't know about our lives, what we don't know about ourselves. And I'm telling you from personal experience, 38 years of personal experience, the better you get to know yourself, the easier it is, the simpler it becomes for you to interact with the world and the other beautiful people who have that gift of life that they're sharing with us all. The easier and the simpler it becomes. I tell you no lie, guys. I've been in from the most positive to the most volatile interactions with humanity, just about, that you can think of. Not all of them, thank God. But I've been through some pretty sketchy situations, okay? And there are things that I have yet to have learned about myself until I was exposed to those scenarios. That's why I can tell you, you don't know until you know. So, guys, there are many more videos to come. But I wanted to drop this powerful, positive nugget in your minds and in your hearts to let you know, please, 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 I'm actually almost begging you, please understand that you in life, okay, you have a gift. You have a gift. If you are breathing, you have a chance to think, to do, to be better. Don't let anything or anyone make you think or feel otherwise. Because I promise you, if you keep your mind and your heart, sorry about all the noise, guys, I'm really hoping you can hear me, but if you keep your eyes and your heart and your mind focused on the fact that you are wanting to know and to do and to think better, to be better. No person is an island, okay? Yes, you're the star on your show, and this is where I want to add the caveat, just in case anyone maybe feels there's a contradiction in what I'm about to say, but no human being is an island. And yes, you are the star of your show, but in order to produce a movie, a sitcom, what have you need help, okay? You need help. You cannot do it all by yourself. You didn't get here all by yourself if you really think about it. A lot of people say, I was born alone and I'm gonna die alone. By God, I want you to know that's just not factually true, because even if your mother was artificially inseminated, for God's sakes, and there wasn't a man involved in the actual act of you becoming who you are, even if she didn't have to push you out at birth, you didn't get here on your own, is my point. No, you did not get here alone. You were not born alone. You weren't born by yourself. Someone had to bear you. We got to understand that. Even if it was a tube, I'm being honest, guys, I'm not being silly here. You had to be born. Okay? You had to be born by someone. Why am I saying this? Because we have a lot of self-sufficient people, and it's nothing wrong with being self-sufficient. Absolutely nothing wrong. I'm a big champion of being self-sufficient. You know, if you can get it done yourself as much as possible, do it. But you can't do everything on your own. You can't do everything on your own, guys. It's so important for us to understand that you cannot do everything on your own. You are not alone out here. Why am I saying this? Because if you're in a particular condition in life, it's easy to look at specific scenarios and circumstances, things that you're going through. Here comes the cars again, guys, so sorry. But it's so easy to look at the circumstances and view it from the perspective of, oh man, well, I don't have this resource, I don't have that resource. How am I going to get what I need in order to, obtain the things I want in life? How am I going to get these things? I don't have X, I don't have Y, I don't have Z. You can look at it that way. No one's trying to take that away from you. You obviously have that right to do so. However, do you have to stay there? Even if you're going to look at that, if you're one of these people who are, hey man, I'm a realist, I'm not pie in the sky. I look at things for what they are. I call a spade a spade. Hey, again, no one's trying to take that away from you. By all means, do that. But I just want you to know, it doesn't necessarily have to be period. That sentence doesn't have to end with a period. It could be a comma, semicolon, however, grammatically speaking, you want to place it. And it can also be a but. I don't have X, I don't have Y, I don't have Z, I don't have this resource, that resource, but there is a way to find that resource. There is a way to gain access to that resource. So the point is, there's absolutely nothing wrong with recognizing where you're at, but it doesn't mean you have to stay there. Hence, the fact that you are not alone. People do need people. And I'm not suggesting by any means to only engage people to the capacity that basically, as long as they're benefiting you, if they can benefit you in some way, that's the only point in which you interact with someone. Absolutely not. Sometimes when you expose yourself to other people, you open yourself up to other people, search, research, ask, you have no idea how you may just stumble upon the things that you want or need, And sometimes, even in the interaction with someone, you actually may be helping them with a need that they have. Think about it. I love you guys. All positive vibes only. Many more videos to come. Stay locked in. This is Gene Bard Busico Jr. That is my entire name. I say that because I share the same name as my father, and I'm proud of it. God bless, guys.